Hey, I'm standing here in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm at the location of what was once Libby Prison. Now, Libby Prison was a Confederate prison that housed Union soldiers. It was taken over in 1861 by the Confederate government. There was actually 3 buildings here, and they were taken from Mr. Libby, who was a northern-born gentleman. He actually operated a grocery store and supply store out of here, and the Confederate government came in 1861, basically evicted him and took it over and made it a prison. The conditions here were terrible. Some of the soldiers describe how they had no food to eat. They were packed like sardines in a box, sleeping together. The elements would get into the buildings because the windows, they really didn't have windows. They didn't have any covers. They had nothing to keep them away from the elements, even though they were in a building. So the Federal soldiers definitely suffered here. All that's left is there's a marker here, and then there's a Civil War Trails sign that tell you about Libby Prison and what happened here. The prison itself was actually moved after the war to Chicago. It was called the Libby Prison National Museum. It wasn't there very long. It was actually torn down, and they made a coliseum there. So there's nothing of the buildings left, but it's still a neat place to come and see just where this prison was, where these Union soldiers suffered greatly. And we need to remember that the conditions in Civil War prisons were terrible, both North and South. Lack of food, terrible treatment. So it's just one of those things that we kind of lose in Civil War history. There have been some good books written about the prison. So one thing to note here at Libby Prison, there was an escape. 109 Union officers on February 9th, 1864 actually escaped through a 50-foot long tunnel. Only 48 of those officers were recaptured by Confederates. So a good number of them made it out of Libby Prison and lived another day to tell their tale. So thank you for watching, and just keep going out and looking at history and enjoying it.